Never
Good
gets
evening.
old, that.
Welcome. Hey, never gets old.
I'll still be singing that at the end of the season, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's catchy, man. It's just I think it's perfect for him.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Welcome,
yeah,
guys, to the
yeah.
Armoury show. Ismail from Cape Town. I hope you're all good. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Alex Marsh, your host, and joined by Naseem Terblanche again. So yeah, it's another good Monday to be a Gooner, isn't it?
Yeah, not as convincing as the other three.
Tell you what,
I think
Fulham were no pushovers, though, were they?
no, they weren't. But they beat Liverpool, didn't they?
No, they drew against Liverpool, I
Did
think.
they draw?
Yeah,
Did they draw
yeah. I
against?
think
Well,
Liverpool pulled out an equaliser towards the end, but I think they drew 2-2.
yeah.
But yeah, they're not easily beaten. They look totally different prospects to when they were in the Premier League the last time, because last time they were awful.
Yeah.
But this time, I think Mitrovic has scored as many goals already this season as he scored in the whole of the previous season that he was in the
For
Premiership.
sure. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, and I don't know. There's one thing I want to tell you. Like, were you at the game on Saturday?
I wasn't. I sold my tickets.
You sold your ticket.
I was like, Fulham, not sure. Category C fixture. Is it worth the drive down? The thing is, we've got so many fixtures coming up. And, you know, season tickets aren't cheap. And for me, the petrol money down there, it's quite a reasonable amount. It'll cost me about just over 2,000 rand, I guess, in petrol to get down there and back.
Jeez. Okay.
So yeah, that's quite a lot. So when you keep going down there all the time, soon adds up.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of going to sell some of my tickets this year, a lot more than I did last year. But for the bigger games, I'll definitely go down. You know, although I think we've got 3 next month, 3 big games, haven't we?
Big games. So I was going to ask you, are you going for all 3?
Yeah, I think I probably am actually. I toyed with the idea of selling my Man City tickets, and now I'm a bit because after that atmosphere at the City game last season was so good. I'm a bit like, well, I know it's a midweek fixture, but I might just take half a day off work and then just head down there and get involved. And I might just not go to Forest or something, or I don't know.
But
some of the Europa League games I might not go to.
The other thing, the atmosphere. I mean, even through the TV. I mean, obviously we don't get. That's our only way of watching Arsenal. The ground is so much louder. I mean, we can actually hear what they're singing. I mean, it's insane. And I saw a couple of news articles with even I think Alan Smith also commented that they've never seen the Emirates as the best it's been for the past 10 years.
Decade, yeah, that's right. It's a lot better than I can remember it, really. I mean, I've been to some when the Emirates first opened. I went to some games where the atmosphere was absolutely pumping. You know, the first sort of Man United games and the first sort of North London derby that they had at the Emirates, absolutely amazing atmosphere. But I think that's getting replicated now. To be honest, it's in fact that's in some parts. I think it's actually better now than it was back then. Especially with it being a new stadium, no one really knew where they were sitting, etc. Anyway, should we get on with the show?
Yeah, let's get on with the show.
We do have guests waiting.
Yeah, we do.
So coming up tonight, we've got our usual anagram. We've got some weekend results and predictions to go through. We'll dissect that Arsenal Fulham fixture, and we'll talk about some transfers, loans, rumours, etc. Then we're going to change things up a little bit this week, mainly to get the audience a little bit more involved in the show. Sometimes I feel like the audience can be a bit distant, even though we tend to push it, tend to put a few of the comments and questions on the screen. We're going to do a whole section of that. So if you've got questions that you want to ask, there'll be a section later on for you to ask those questions. You can ask them to either myself or and Naseem, or to the panelists. So you can take your pick on that one. Then we've got our usual quiz. Then we'll look ahead to the upcoming fixtures. Then a quick look at the predictor game and the results on that. And then we've got a bit of an on this day, which you may have seen put on our website recently as well. Facebook page rather.
Cool. So let's invite our guests.
Yeah, hopefully they haven't dropped off already.
They're still here.
Hi. Sorry, Ian. Sorry for keeping you waiting, guys.
It's so good.
Charl and
Good
Ashraf, how's it? Ashraf, long time no see, my friend.
Hey, how's it, guys? All good in the hood. The side of the world.
Nice.
Good stuff, man.
Awesome.
Top Gunner. I'm gonna start.
Yeah.
I might forget your name at some point and just start calling you Maverick or something.
Awesome. On to the weekend's results, huh? Oh, anagram. Oh, I forgot the anagram. Anagram
the
tonight.
anagram. Blues voted. It's not a Chelsea player.
Blues voted.
Yeah. So I also don't. I didn't check the slide, so I don't know the answer, and I'm also.
Clue.
Anyone
Okay,
get it ready?
I've got it.
You got till a little bit later anyway, to try and figure that one out, and we'll give you the answer a little bit later.
Yeah.
So weekend update. Let's look at those some of those results. I mean, we'll talk about Arsenal and Fulham in a bit. I guess the big result is that Liverpool demolition job of Bournemouth. Did any of you guys see that game?
Yeah. So I was talking to my dad, and I thought, okay, Liverpool is going to hammer Bournemouth, but I was thinking 4-0, 5-0, not 9-0. 9-0 was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, I was expecting
that was 2-0 in the first 4 minutes. What do you think was going to happen?
West Ham got off the bottom of the table.
I think the worst thing about that game is Salah not scoring a single goal. Sorry for the guys that didn't get him in the fantasy leagues, though.
Yeah.
He's in my fantasy league team, but I can brag. So wait, I can brag. Fantasy league, I've never been higher than like 20th. I'm
second at the moment.
I'm second. I had a brilliant weekend in fantasy league. I'm normally crap at it, so I had to post it, but I suck at the
nice. I forgot to do my team over the weekend, and I've got my highest points so far.
usually works that way. The moment you do your team, you get your highest points. But that's like some occasions last me as well.
Yeah, I just forget to do my team. It's great. I should just not touch my team, never tinker with my team, just leave it for the rest of the season and see how many points I get. Other results then. Spurs unfortunately beat Forest, although Kane did miss a penalty, didn't he? And then we got City with the that was quite an amazing comeback against Palace, actually. Palace are no pushover team. I thought Palace might be on for a win there, and then the big gun Haaland comes out and ruins all the fun. Although he did get me quite a lot of points in fantasy, so fair play.
He's my captain.
I wish I captained him.
I had him in my team, but I didn't captain him. Okay.
I captained KDB because I thought if Haaland is going to score, where I was actually a chop because I could have bought Gundogan and Bernardo Silva because the two of them is actually together cost the price of KDB, but they've been flourishing. They've been flourishing the last 2 weeks. Hopefully KDB comes good tomorrow or Wednesday.
Hopefully not.
Chelsea ground out that result against Leicester as well. Leicester now, are they second from bottom? They are in trouble, aren't
Leicester are poor. I mean, Chelsea was
are they
10
bottom?
men.
I think they might be bottom, are they?
Yeah.
It's not looking good for them. I think Brendan Rodgers is in a bit of trouble, but then they haven't actually bought anyone, have they?
Yeah.
Not anyone of any significance.
No.
Yeah, I actually don't know who's in the bottom three because I only look at the first page. So I have no idea what's going on there at the bottom. That was last season's troubles.
Last season.
Are we safe from relegation yet? Oh. So the predictions. I don't think anyone get it right, did they? Certainly not that was on the show.
No, nobody on the show got it right.
No.
I went a
Came
bit
pretty close.
extravagant.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it was the first game that Fulham have lost, isn't it?
This comment from Mark is so spot on, eh? Arsenal fans getting cocky with predictions.
Just a little bit. Allow us, bro. Allow us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, top half of the
This
table
table-
looking good.
Looks nice.
Yeah, long may it continue. 38 games played, 38 wins. That's what we want.
Well, the last time we did.
Yeah, go on.
Last time we won the league, we were invincible. So I think we do another invincible, eh?
I suppose it'll
Yeah.
take 38 wins to beat Man City in the league as well, eh?
Yeah, you're
Probably.
right, actually.
Like a minimum 32, 34. It's crazy.
Yeah.
34 wins and 4 draws.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Man United have come out of their shell, out of the bottom half of the table, unfortunately. 2 straight wins, one against Liverpool and the other against Southampton. They didn't look particularly convincing against Southampton. I don't know if any of you guys saw it.
Nope.
Yeah, I watched the first half of their game. Yeah, they were pretty shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the way you want it to be. But just watch us go to Old Trafford this week, and all of a sudden, United turn into Barcelona. They're so up and down.
Yeah.
Time again. So
Not looking
No,
forward
but,
to that.
I think it's very similar to us last season. Remember, we lost our first 3 and we just about beat Norwich in the 4th game.
Yeah.
So it's just about getting that win, getting that W. And I mean, we also the run that we went on last season. So I think they're just in that where they're just wanting to grind out the wins. And I mean, once the new players come in and ETH has whatever plan he's got going there, I mean, I think that's what they're hoping for.
It's just Ajax in Manchester, isn't it? Isn't that his plan? Just bring all of the players and put them in the Man United team.
looks like that.
So they're buying Anthony, aren't they? Or have they bought him and they're paying someone like is he 90 million, 100 million euros or something?
Yeah.
100 million
Something
euros or
crazy.
something. I'm not sure. I've
Yeah.
never seen him play though.
No.
Ever.
I've seen YouTube clips. That's about it. I really saw him play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm not
but
gonna
YouTube makes
judge him. based on what
YouTube
I've
makes
seen on
everybody look good, man.
YouTube. They made Jaya Sanogo look like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Exactly.
Let's have a look at the bottom half of the table. Fortunately, we're not
There
in
we
it.
go.
But
Yeah.
Everton, it's not looking good for them either, is it?
No.
Good friends with an Everton fan. He's a season ticket holder, and he's just like, the recruitment's been poor, really poor, and there was a lot of money that Usmanov used to sort of filter in with, sponsorship deals and things like that from various places, and obviously because his assets are now frozen, they're financially in a bit of trouble. They had to sell Richarlison just to sort of stay within the bounds of the boundaries of financial fair play. So yeah, they are in trouble, I think. Leicester as well, terrible.
Yeah, I think Leicester will click sooner or later. They've got good players, so also depends who else they lose in the transfer.
They got Maddison and they got Barnes. Vardy's, I think, passed. Vardy hasn't scored so far, has he, this season?
Yeah, I think
That's it.
he's past it.
He won a penalty this season. That's about it.
I think he got a goal in the first game, yeah.
Did he? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Tielemans is still performing in midfield, though. I actually watched a bit of the Chelsea game. He's playing very well.
He's out of contract at the end of the season, isn't he?
They still want 30 to 40 million pounds for him, which is insane for the player that lost his
for a
contract.
guy that's got a
don't
year
think
left
we
on his
should-
contract that walks out for free. No one's going to pay that money.
No,
But he has his heart set in Arsenal, so we should wait till his contract expires and then go back in.
Yeah.
It seems like the logical thing to do.
But I think a lot can happen, especially with it's being a World Cup year and January transfer and things like that. So I don't think we should rest on our laurels, though. I think his quality. I've been watching him for a while, and I honestly think his quality, and he'll do good at us. I mean, this place. I mean, he'll fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onto
No, we
Right.
still need the bodies, though. We still need the bodies,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
We'll get on to sort of transfers and stuff in a little bit after the Fulham game. Can share your thoughts on that. But let's take apart this Arsenal Fulham fixture. Reports from the stands. Is that supposed to be me? I didn't go to the game.
Wasn't at the game.
Yeah. How many of us, eh?
We should actually, you know, who would be the best person to report from the stand? Zivchenko. Did you see that guy? Did you see the video going on about him? He is insane. I mean, I think there's a video of him arguing with the fourth official. Then when Gabriel scored, one of the stewards, you can kind of see it in the camera. One of the stewards thought that Zivchenko was a fan that ran onto the field celebrating with him, and she's like looking at other stewards and telling her, leave him, he's a player, leave him. It's like insane.
I love the passion. It's actually weird that at City, I didn't see any of that with him.
Yeah,
like on the pitch, like just a transformation. So I don't know if it's perhaps that he's feeling the vibe and he's feeling at home.
He's a massive Arsenal fan, eh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, since a child, yeah.
Oh, massive Arsenal fans, eh?
Well, he grew up. He would have grown up watching Armoury,
fans,
won't he? The Invincibles and that, you know.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we used to play really good football, which like we do now. We actually play really good football now, but you know, the glory days of Arsenal, should we say? A lot of people started supporting Arsenal in those days.
And I remember, I think the one guy played for us was from Ukraine, wasn't he? Oleg Luzhny. You guys remember him?
Luzhny, yeah, geez.
So maybe that is what transformed him into a Gooner.
Maybe.
Right,
so reports from the stands.
Ukrainian as well, eh?
Who's that?
Was Ukrainian or Russian?
Holy shit.
Stepanovs.
Yeah. Oh.
Probably one of the countries that the Russians invaded and they were part of Russia or something.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Anyway.
That starting lineup, guys. What did you reckon of that? Were you happy to see Tierney come back into the team over Zinchenko and El Neni over Partey?
I think I missed it. Why did Partey?
They had slight niggles.
Partey had a tight thigh, and I think Zinchenko had a sprain or something. But it's good that we have those options to rotate now, which is something we didn't have last season, really.
Yeah. Well, last season when we had a left back missing, it was that panic stations, wasn't it? It was like, oh my god, we are actually going to lose this game. El Neni fills in quite well, I think, for Partey. He did last season. He did a decent job. I don't know. I still prefer Partey in the middle of the park. And I think Zinchenko gives us better attacking options than Tierney does. But Tierney is a better defender, in my opinion. Don't know what your guys' thoughts are.
Yeah.
I think if you're looking at attack, if you've got Martinelli and Zinchenko on one side, we could even have Trent Alexander defending there because people are going to be scared to push up against Martinelli and Zinchenko. So I think Zinchenko does a decent job. My thing is just more on El Neni. As you said, he fills in well for a game or two, but I dread if Partey has to be out for a number of games. And it just shows, I think, two players we can't afford to lose at all for one, title chasing season, as I see it, would be Jesus and Partey. If the two of them are out for a period of time, we won't struggle, but I mean, we're not going to be as good.
I think the problem is with Partey as well. When he does go out, he tends to be out for quite a long time as well, which can be quite worrying. He's been very injury prone since he's landed with us. I don't remember him getting injured so badly when he was at Atletico.
In Spain as well.
Yeah, I think the last two seasons.
He does a job.
He does. I mean, I think El Neni's never going to be in the first 11 unless it's Carabao Cup or something like that. But he's still a good squad player. He's a good player to have in the squad for when either Xhaka or Partey gets injured.
It's just that transition from the defense to attack that we miss with Partey. That's the thing. That's the key. Well, Nenny is just keeping it simple. He keeps it simple, and it looks like he's doing a good job. But it upsets sort of the balance of the team in the middle of the park. That's the main thing. That transition
doesn't drive forward.
Does he? Because I think El Nino held on the ball to a bit too long as well, so you couldn't recycle the ball very quickly. That's just why I feel maybe Sambi needs a chance. Honestly, I mean, Sambi could have gone out and loan the season, but I would have preferred. I'd like to see him on Wednesday night as well. Him and Fabio Vieira, Tommy Yasu, all those players that have been injured were all fit now. So I think maybe Arteta needs to rotate a bit on Wednesday evening. You know, let those guys get some minutes in, especially Eddie. When Eddie came on, Eddie was up for it. Eddie had the fight in his eyes. You could see it in the way he was chasing down the ball, the way he was taking on the players. He was there. He was up for it. So I just feel like Arteta needs to rotate the team a bit this week, especially, and start.
We've got a lot of fixtures.
And another thing,
some rotation. Let the boys
another thing,
that's my only concern. Was
another thing
last season we couldn't really rotate the team, because we never had much players to rotate with.
No.
This season he does have a chance to do that.
Also, when Sambi does play, he tends to play without, then when Partey's out or Partey's injured. So I'd love to see him play with Partey. Actually, I think that would be it would be a massive Partey. But every time, I mean, most of the guys, if Partey doesn't play, looks poor. Like, I mean, the Xhaka and Partey combination, it's massive. It looks world class. But take out Partey and you put in Xhaka and El Neni or Xhaka and Sambi, it doesn't work. So I love Sambi with Partey. That's something I would love to see.
Sambi usually comes on for Xhaka, doesn't he, as opposed to Partey? I haven't seen him come on for Partey that much. I think El Neni's usually Partey's replacement. I think Sambi's usually Xhaka's replacement. I think.
Yeah, but from the start, I'd love to see it from the start, though, like a Sambi Partey combo.
Yeah, I can see us rotating. I can't see us rotating Xhaka that much for a lot of games. I don't know.
I think the rotation's only going to come in once the Europa League starts and the Carabao Cup and all those competitions. But for now, I think the odd midweek game in the Prem is fine. Stick to the winning formula, I say.
What do you guys think about Ben White at right back when we've got Tomiyasu sitting on the bench?
He's been solid,
Yeah.
He's been extremely solid, getting forward defensively as well. I don't think Tommy's going to struggle to replace him at the moment. I'm actually comfortable with Ben White playing right back. You know, he doesn't lack pace. Excellent defender, crossing ability, passing range. Everything has been spot on.
Yeah, I think
so. I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah. Do you think
you
going
can't break
into
up that defense
these
at the moment
two fixtures,
as well, though.
Getting into these two fixtures, the Villa and United game, do you think he should be starting in both of those? Would you like to see Tomiyasu come back for either of those?
I wouldn't change that back four at the moment, honestly, for the foreseeable future. That back four is so solid at the moment. I wouldn't want to break that chemistry at all, you know. So, but it depends on the manager. But I think he has the same view as what we have. You know, don't break up that back four at the moment.
Do you put would you put in Zinchenko over Tierney though, or would you leave Tierney?
At the moment, yes, because the way the team is playing. Yeah, when at the moment the way the team is playing, you can't drop Zinchenko. If he's fit for I think Sunday or Wednesday, he has to play. Without the doubt.
And I think also for the time being now, we don't need to rotate. As my guy said there, it's going to happen. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be Carabao Cup. There's going to be Europa. So I don't think we need to rotate it now. We're winning. We stick to the formula. We go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the stats. Come on, graphics team. Stop dwelling on Xhaka. Change the slide.
Is that Morgan?
Why do you guys bring up Xhaka?
That's Morgan.
So yeah, I mean, we dominated the whole game, really, didn't we? It was unfortunate not to get a goal in the first half, but I don't think we created enough chances. One thing that was incredibly poor until our second goal, though, was corners. The quality of Martinelli's corners was atrocious. But you know, he created a goal at the end, so all's forgiven. Quite a few fouls from the Fulham guys. But yeah, possession-wise, 72% compared to 28. Do you think that was because Fulham were just sitting back and letting us come to them? It seemed like that certainly in the first half, and then as soon as they scored their goal, it seemed like they were happy for us to just attack them and just sit back, and plenty of men behind the ball, difficult to break down. What are your guys' thoughts on their style of play?
Okay, I'll go.
Hey, old chap.
No, I think Fulham's whole game plan was to sort of suck up the pressure and then release Mitrovic. He was like a key target man, completely different player to 2 seasons ago. This guy has so much energy, and like he could actually play in like an Arsenal team just low on the bench. But anyway, so much energy and pace, and then just to release the guys on the wings. That was their whole plan. And I think they were happy defending. I mean, they did that at Anfield as well, and they battled well at Anfield. So they brought that same game plan here, hoping that it would work. But obviously, I think the Arsenal are way too strong now. So they had to succumb to the pressure eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Man of the match.
Was
Who was the man of the match?
It was Odegaard.
Well, I thought it was Odegaard.
Yeah, Odegaard was man of the match. Odegaard was man of the match.
This is our graphics team trying to stoke the fire here.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that.
Yeah, Odegaard, there he is. The main man.
I'm actually glad that Odegaard is proving me personally wrong. I've never truly believed that since he came, he's reached the heights that precedes him. What people have told me, what I've seen. So I take my hat off if a player like Odegaard, Eddie, if they can prove me wrong, even Xhaka. I'm not, I take my hat off, as I said, prove me wrong. If Odegaard can continue what he's doing, prove. And they made him captain. It didn't sit too well with me. But performances like this, big ups, man. Big ups.
Yeah, I was another one who, when he first arrived, I was a bit like, what we kind of bought him for. I didn't think he did particularly great. And then the start of last season, I thought it was poor, but then he improved so much as the season progressed, and now he's one of our best players consistently, I would say. His vision, his eye for a pass, his no look passing as well. Doing the unpredictable. He really is a top class player, and although Özil had that sort of same level of vision, but this guy works his socks off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he runs, eh?
He does.
Definitely.
And the thing is, he gets the rest of the team to do it with him. That's the key.
Yeah.
That he has, and he fires the crowd up as well, which is it's insane.
Yeah.
I think I'm his biggest fan. I've loved him. He struggled a bit in the beginning. I think he picked up at one injury also when he was here and learned that sort of kept him back. But then he came back last season, and gradually he started adapting to the league as well. And this season he started so well. His performances have been elite, in my opinion. Honestly, the way he leads, his passing, his shooting's getting better as well. And like what you guys mentioned as well, the way he works the team up as well. Gets everyone in the side.
Yeah.
Like what he did with Gabriel, he had sort of got him to hold his head up again after he made the mistake. Gabriel picked his head up and he scored the winner. So it's things like that count for me, man. Honestly. And I think in terms of ability, he has amazing ability. His work rate is insane as well. His pressing on and off the ball is great. So I think he's the perfect captain for us at the moment.
Good.
Ramsdale.
What do we think about this guy?
Give us 2 minutes, Morgan. We'll get to that.
You can't wait for the audience questions, can you?
Yeah, guys. If you got any questions for the panel, you can just put them in the comments. We're going to read them in the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Ramsdale, saved us a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah.
Some top saves. Happy with his performances, guys?
There is a question about Ramsdale, which I will post in the question section. So, yeah. For now, Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Ramsdale stops here. I think last year, towards the end of the season, he got a bit sloppy. And I also think our game plan, obviously, he's going to make with the passing. But, 9 out of 10 times his passing comes off and it sets up brilliant transition, brilliant attacks. I love him as a goalkeeper. I love his freaking spirit. He's just Arsenal through and through. I know he's only joined us recently, but he's a fucking legend. Sorry about that. But I can see it. You see, he reminds me just of that old Arsenal spirit. Like, I watched actually an interview just, I think it was on Sky with Ian Wright and that. And he was having a good ball with Wright and that, but his attitude, all or nothing, conceding a goal, even if we won 4-1, he just hates conceding a goal. So, I love that mentality. I love that spirit. He's a bright future, even future captain as well.
Yeah. Saka's going for a bit of a dry spell at the moment. No goals so far this season. Do you think we're overusing him?
I just think it's form, man. His form is
I think with the youngsters especially, sometimes we shouldn't be too hard on them. A guy like a classic example is Rashford. He started like a house on fire for United, and he's been shitty the last year. But people tend to forget the guy's only 22 or 23. So it's easy for him to pick it up again. And I think we were over reliant on Saka last year. So I don't mind him going through a dip. He saved us a lot of times. So I just hope he gets out of it, and I'll still have him in the team.
I think the difference is he's going for
scoring goals.
Yeah,
he's still a massive threat.
Yeah, but he's going through dry spells, but we're still winning games. I think that's the difference.
Yeah. And we also got to look at the attention that he grabs, like when he has the ball, or they a lot of the times fouls, and they like to double tag him. So he brings that aspect to the game as well. Frees up space for other players because they tend to double team him a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can jump to the questions. We want to. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Go on then.
First question from Warren. Thoughts on Ramsdale, which we just discussed. Tends to make great saves, but the individual errors are costing us so far.
What's the answer to that one?
Who wants to go for that?
Some of his passes, some of his crosses, he might. Yeah, they're all a bit nerve-wracking sometimes,
Yeah.
And I think he's a confidence player, man. So he's always going to try things like that. I think where the errors and that becomes glaring is when we lose or it causes us to drop points. But as I say, you can't win the lotto if you don't buy a ticket. So that's just unfortunately the type of guy he is.
In his defense,
he's a young player. He's bound to get those errors out of him, So the more he's going to play, the better he's going to become.
I don't think he really made any.
Crossing is insane.
I'm trying to think of any errors that he actually made against Fulham. I don't know if did he make any errors.
He just concussed one player, I think. One of the Fulham players.
Yeah, when he booted the ball at his face. Yeah, that was great.
Okay, next question is from Stefan. Do you guys think we need another striker? Ashraf, you can go first for this one, seeing you shaking your head.
I think we do, especially if Jesus is out. I would actually go, seeing that we're in the market actually for a winger, I would actually go for a guy like Zaha, who can then play as a striker as well, or carry that mantle. If we now don't want to go for an out-and-out striker. I'm also looking at something just to plug the hole, like Newcastle did last year. Remember, they knew they're going to have a big budget this season, and they still bought Chris Wood, and he got them a few vital goals just to kickstart their roll out of the relegation. So even if we get that type of player, plan B, I think it's ideally you'd want somebody like Mitrovic, but the chances of Fulham selling him is like zilch. So even if we can get a Chris Wood type of player, nobody springs to mind. Top of my list would be Zaha. If we've been chasing this guy, he's ready-made. Even if we get 2 good seasons out of him, he's literally carrying Palace on his back. So,
I think rumors have popped up again, eh?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, and I think he's an Arsenal fan or Arsenal boykie. So, I mean, that would be awesome. And then he can play as the other striker when Jesus is out. But I mean, Eddie, I think his turnaround has been good. I somehow can't put the mantle on him yet for being out and out our second choice striker. But his progress is good. I would still like another striker to answer the question.
Okay, cool. Charles, the next one's yours. The question to the panel: did we see another situation with Leno as we did with Martinez?
No.
He was already making a point until Odegaard's goal.
He was kind enough to gift us the win on Saturday, so it's a clear no from me. But the thing is, for all that Ramsdale is anyway, I think overall for what Arsenal need in this period, he's the keeper we need. And you can't have a keeper with Leno's quality sitting on the bench as a second choice. He honestly, you wouldn't want that. So unfortunately, you're going to have a sort of a second grade keeper on the bench, and that happens to be this guy. I keep forgetting his name actually. I saw him in pre-season and he was so bad. Matt Turner, yeah. He was so bad. But I'm hoping, keep bringing up the Carabao Cup because that's where all the second-rate players play. But hopefully gets a good run out there and actually proves me wrong as well. But no, not a mistake letting him go at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to a quick one, would you, if Ramsdale gets injured, would you feel confident with Turner for a 10-game tour? Although I haven't really seen him, but I hope he's not a Runeson 2.0 or whatever. But
you took the words out of my mouth here.
I can't Turner. That's going to be a bit of a.
From what I've saw of him in sort of pre-season, that's not a lot. He's not at that Runeson sort of level where, No, I have no idea how Runeson managed to get into the Arsenal squad. But no, he doesn't look that bad, and hopefully he won't be that bad. I guess we'll see when it comes to the Europa League competition.
But he's the USA number one, though. No, he's the USA starting goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't be that bad.
Yeah. So another question. This is for everybody. I think Alex, you can also join in this one. If we only had one more transfer left, who would you buy? Only one. Your budget is 40 million.
Oh, Tielemans. Sorry. We need another midfielder.
Off the top of my head, Tielemans.
Sure.
I would have some type of winger. I don't know who yet. I know there's rumors of Neto going around. I know he's not going to cost 40 million, but I don't know. 40 million, that's a difficult one. I'm not actually Tielemans' biggest fan, but I don't know. I can't answer you actually. 40 million. Cheapskate.
Can I take a quick back? I don't know if Southampton will be open to it, but I'd buy James Ward-Prowse.
What a player.
Think you get him for 40 million?
I'm not sure. I don't know what is his score.
Well, he's English for a start, so that you can add a zero on the end.
It's the opening bid. 40 million. Oh my word.
I wouldn't mind seeing a goal scoring winger, but I don't know if you get anything decent for 40 million goal scoring wingers wise. There's a few. There's Neto. There's Pino. There's Gakpo as well.
But what have you guys thought of Neto the first 3 games?
As well.
This is what? Sorry.
The first 3 games are the reason.
As well, eh?
What of you?
Ashraf, go first.
The reason why Neto, I have him in my fantasy team, and I've watched actually all 3 Wolves games, and I know the talent that I saw the few games he played last because he had a big injury. But I mean, he's not lighting things up for us. So I don't see why they would want to overcharge us 60 or whatever. He hasn't been great this first 3 games.
He doesn't score that many goals either, Neto.
Yeah.
He's not a big goal scorer. If we're after a goal-scoring winger, I wouldn't have put him sort of top of the list, really.
Yeah.
Pina is another one. I mean, he looks really good, but has he scored lots of goals? I mean, he's really young. The only one on the list that's actually does score quite a lot of goals is Gakpo, isn't he? The Polish winger. But you go, well, it's still a bit of a farmer league, though, isn't it? The Dutch First Division. You go, what is it?
You guys forget we signed Marquinhos as well. I think he's going to get more game time. I'm excited to see what he could do. He was on the bench on Saturday. Well, he wasn't going to get minutes though, but I think he's a player there.
See, I think we'll probably see a bit more of him, you know, in the Europa League competition and the Carabao Cup. Yeah.
And we're playing against Gakpo. Isn't this plays for PSV, isn't it?
Yeah. Group,
Okay. We're in the group, so we could have a good look at him if he's still there after the transfer window.
I
think Mariano says Callum Wilson, but I don't see
another striker, Callum Wilson.
Not good enough. Unless he's going to play third striker, if he's going to be happy to play that. But Callum Wilson's going to want game time, isn't he? So I don't see him.
He's starting in Newcastle, so that's not going to happen.
Okay, and it is time for our quiz.
Is it that time already?
Yeah, it's that time already.
Time flies.
Time flies. Quiz and
anagram. Who got the anagram? Okay,
guys, in the comments, you've got 15 seconds to type in the answer to the anagram.
Do you feel like singing the countdown music?
Singing the countdown music. Did you want to do the Saliba? Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll do the Saliba song, and you can think of it. And we'll be back right after this short commercial break. And
Right, who got it?
No idea.
Here's a clue. He was a centre back.
Yeah, part of the famous back five. Huh?
Another clue. He was Arsene Wenger's assistant manager for a little while.
Steve Bold.
That was the killer clue.
Stevie
Bold.
Okay. Question 1. You can go through, Alex.
Patrick Vieira scored Arsenal's winning penalty in the 2005 FA Cup final shootout against United, which we won. Who stepped up and converted the first Arsenal penalty in that shootout?
I'll go Freddie Ljungberg.
Was it Ljungberg?
Ian?
Freddie?
Also in Ljungberg, yeah, I think it's Ljungberg.
I'll go Freddie.
No?
I'm gonna go. That's a difficult one. Here we go, Bergkamp.
Oh, you're all wrong. Anyone in the audience?
Nobody in the audience.
Francis Jeffers.
We've got a Gilberto. No.
Neil's got it. It is Lauren.
Oh, Lauren.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good penalty taker.
He's actually a really good. Really good penalty taker.
Yeah. Question 3. So this is a who am I? Born in Belfast, Northern Ireland in 1949. I played over 500 games for Arsenal as a right back and won 49 caps for my country. I am one of only 3 players to have played in 5 FA Cup finals. One of them being when we won the first double. After leaving the Arsenal, I made over 100 appearances for Watford before hanging up my boots in 1984. I was assistant manager to Arsene Wenger until 2012. Who am I?
Bad dice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an easy one. God, I should have made that harder.
Yeah, that was.
I think the assistant
manager. Yeah.
Last one.
Too easy.
Yeah. Paul's got it right.
Yeah.
Chad has got it right. The assistant one just made it so much easier. Okay, next one.
Nice one, guys.
Week ahead. Cool.
Yeah. So.
Aston Villa.
Yeah, our form card's pretty good.
Yeah.
Long may it continue. Do you think Villa are going to pose a bit of a test for us? If we rotate players, they're going to be a difficult team.
I think it's more the forwards. Watkins is going to trouble us. If Danny Ings, he just needs a chance. I mean, he's a proven goal scorer. So I think it's more in the forward line if Buendia plays. But because Watkins has been a bit, I mean, he's been up and down, but I mean, he can trouble us. I think that's where the main threat would come through Watkins.
Yeah, I think ultimately, if we were to drop any points on Wednesday, it would be our own doing rather than Aston Villa playing well. I think they also lost Coutinho potentially this past weekend to injury. So they're just playing really, really bad. But you know how teams tend to find their form against us. So hopefully that's not the case, and we end up giving them
it so
an
loudly,
absolute
bro.
batting. Come on.
I was thinking
but we are home. Yeah, we're playing home, mate. We're at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
3-0. There
you go.
We battered them at home last season, even though they were on a really good run. We killed them pretty quickly last season.
Yeah. I'm still gonna stand by what I said earlier in the show. I feel like Wednesday night's a good time to just rotate a few players. Honestly, before the United game, give Fabio Vieira a show. Let Tommy Austin play. We should beat Villa. I don't expect us to give them a puck. Or if it does happen, it will happen. But I think maybe 2-0, comfortable 3 points. Get the first thing. Be ready for United on Sunday, because that's going to be a big game.
Yeah, but also you don't want the guys to break momentum in their combinations.
Spot on. But I just think maybe that's my personal opinion.
And I also think it's very early in the season. I mean, to be worrying about guys getting fatigued and things like that. I mean, if you can't handle 3 games a week now already, I mean, things are going to be getting tougher.
Issue of Zinchenko and Partey really have minor injuries, so I wouldn't risk him on a Wednesday night.
I don't think I would risk. Tierney can play, but I would like to have Partey on the field tomorrow night at least.
Let's see.
We will see. Also, coming up, we've got United on the weekend.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
So here's a question, even from Lisa. If we lose to United on Sunday, would you still say we're making progress under Arteta, considering our bad form against the top 6, away form against the top 6?
The question is irrelevant because United's not top 6. So can we move on?
Okay,
null and void.
But
I think we're still progressing. I mean, even our best sides has gone to United and lost. I mean, it's just a thing when big teams meet, guys get up for it. They're going to be at Old Trafford. If they win in the week, they're on a bit of a run. So these things can happen. I mean, United has got the players to beat us. I mean, look at the quality that they've bought. It's just a matter of time when these guys can. Hopefully they don't, but. I mean, Arsenal is a perfect game for them to click. I mean, United can be dog shit, but the minute, last year's game, I think at Old Trafford, we went into that game on a massive high, on good form, and we lost the game, even though we should have won the game still, but we lost it. So I think Sunday, I would say we're still progressing. It depends on the performance as well that we put in. But I think we're putting the shift.
And Liverpool went there and lost. I mean,
and hopefully United rotates and play Maguire.
Yeah.
Oh, please, God,
That's not going to happen.
The other thing is, going back, it wasn't that we lost games, it was the manner in which we lost games at those big six teams. And so for me, progress is if we are in that game and we're giving them a game and we lose by the odd goal, you can't really say we haven't made any progress just because you've lost on the odd goal. Like, it can happen in any game.
I don't see us losing that game.
Take that City game, for example. That City game, for example, that City game last season that we should have won. We played awesomely, but lost the game. And I don't think anybody was upset with the performance.
No, I was upset with the referee and VAR.
Yeah, the referee was
and Visser as well.
But I don't think it would be the end of the world if we go to Old Trafford and lose. It won't be.
Let's not talk.
I wouldn't want to lose on Sunday though.
I don't think we will lose though.
Draw minimum, honestly. If they beat us, it's because we're beating ourselves. Honestly, it depends on what Arsenal pitches up at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
So and Villa.
I think the start is vitally important. A team like United, if you can subdue them for 20 minutes or so, and then they tend to get reckless and just boring. But I mean, if we let them start like a house on fire and they have momentum, it's a totally different ball game. Yeah. So I think the start of the game, we can't start slow on Sunday. Like we started the last game, I think we took a 2-0 lead. I mean, if we can start like that, I mean, it sets the tone.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Predictions. Here we go.
Ashraf, what are you going for? Arsenal, Villa.
Arsenal, Villa. I think let's go 2-1. I'm going to be conservative on this one.
And United, Arsenal.
United, Arsenal. A whole week of memes and banter. I will have to go for an Arsenal win. So I'm going there. I'm going 3-1.
Ooh, a big win. Ian, what are you saying? Arsenal,
for Villa, I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to be safe and go 2-0.
Nice. I like that scoreline.
Yeah.
United, Arsenal.
I'm going 1-1. I have a feeling we're not going to lose there. But I'm going to go 1-1 for the United and Arsenal game. I just feel that Old Trafford, even though we won it 2 seasons ago, we still struggle there a bit though.
Yeah. Charl?
I think we are going to clap Villa 3-0. That's for sure. And then I'm going to go for a cheeky 2-1 win to us at Old Trafford.
3-0 Villa. Naseem, what are you going for?
Oh, geez, that 2-0 sounds good for Villa. And I'm with Ian on this one, on the United one. With Ian.
Yeah, well, 1-1. You go for 2-2.
No,
1-1. You go for 2-2.
No, 1-1.
Yeah. Can I just say that I am not going for Man United 2, Arsenal 0. I said 4-2. Well,
there we go.
A bit more appealing now.
And I was sitting here, I'm like, wow, you're the only one guy with a defeat here.
Extremely confident.
Always back my team.
Warren is going for the traditional 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Both. Great stuff. So, guys, you can make your own predictions on our prediction game that we've got running on the Arsenal Cape Town website at arsenalcapetown.coza. You need to register on the site to play. And there are prizes at the end of the season. Is that right, Naseem?
There are. We still need to confirm what they are. I'm going to have a chat with Warren, and hopefully in the next coming weeks we can announce what the prizes will be. But yeah, definitely prizes.
Great stuff. So far on the leaderboard, I'm not. Oh, I'm in the top 10. I suppose that's something.
Me too. Me too.
Got Sachin Nagia at on 16 points. followed by Leonard on 15 and Bevan on 14. Who won last year? Was it Bevan? Did he win?
Yeah, Bevan won last year. Yeah. And the Aztecs means they got the score correct for the past game.
Yeah. How many points does that get you to get in the score correct? 5.
5. Yeah. So it's 5 for the correct score. 1, 2, 2. 5 for the correct score. 2 for the correct goal difference or correct result, and 1 for the correct goal difference or something like that. Sorry, I forgot. I need to write him down. But yeah, it's just 5. If you get the score correct, you got 5 points. And then yeah.
Nice.
Cool. There's still one more on this day. So on this day. So if you haven't seen on the website and on our Facebook page, we're doing this every day. So it is a fun of a read. So I do that. I kind of check on the day, and there's some cool stats there. Or things that comes up from 19 whenever. Today's one, we look at Alan Smith. He scored a hat-trick, and his first goals for Arsenal as a gunner when Arsenal beat Portsmouth 6-0. Up to that point, Arsenal have failed to win any of their first 3 games of the season, netting only once. And funny enough, Arsenal had a few seasons like these, where the first couple of games are crap. And I think even in our first double season in 71, we also lost the first 3 or first 4 games, but at the end of the season, won the League Cup double. Okay. So, just a bit of a getting back in the history books. Check out the website. There's a section for on this day if you just want to have a look and see what's happening or what happened in the history of Arsenal. It's quite a fun read. Awesome, guys.
Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks to all panelists.
Yeah, Charl,
Ashraf.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Alex.
Thanks for guys.
Great having you.
Cheers.
Hope to see you soon.
It was a pleasure.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.